Hi Blades, hope you're all well. Back at the lane today to face a Stoke City side with only 2 defeats this season and on a pretty good run themselves before the international break. Hopefully we can put some more good results together now. Lineup wise, it was pretty much unchanged but for the absence of 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐿𝐵, where 𝐸𝐸 came in for him after his injury at Bournemouth, but otherwise unchanged and pretty much what we used to. The start of the match, I think both teams were kind of getting a feel for it really. There was a lot of possession, a lot of just getting a feel for the mood. We started to pick it up a little bit, put some nice moves together and created a few chances actually. The first one came from a good cross by Ollie Norwood. John Egan just didn't manage to get there, but that was a good chance. The referee, I think we all can say, made lots of very questionable decisions in that half, to be honest. They seemed to be getting all the decisions and we, quite frankly, didn't get any. They had some good chances. They were hitting us on the break quite a lot, but we managed to deal with pretty much everything. Our best chance of the game came from a Billy Sharp header. I think it was 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐍 that put the cross in and the goalkeeper made a really good save. And then shortly after that, 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐍 had a good shot, which was again smartly saved by their goalkeeper. And then straight down the other end, our goalkeeper Olsen made a really good save to palm away a nice effort from a Stoke player, and thankfully the rebound went wide. A corner went in as well in the first half, which of all people Billy Sharp just about managed to get and clear off the line with a really good diving header to keep out of our net. We had a penalty shout as well, and 𝐸𝐸𝐫𝐍 was taken down, another decision which really should have gone our way but didn't. But overall, a decent half. We definitely stepped it up going into the final 10 minutes, and hopefully we can carry on with that in the second half and create some more chances and hopefully get some goals. But I'll let the rest of the guys tell you how that went. Up the Blades!
Second half, goodness me, where to start? We had, a pretty bright start to the second half. First 10 minutes was all attack, all Sheffield United. Stoke very much on the back foot, defending, and we got into the box so many times. It just didn't seem to want to go in, which is the story of the first half, wasn't it? And really, everybody feared that we were going to go 1 down, and on 55 minutes, we went 1-0 down. Pretty predictable stuff. Not very good defending on the edge of the box. Egan allows Brown to get a shot in. A good shot as well. I mean, it was a good attempt on goal, but it seemed to be like that we don't possess that kind of player to take a gamble from the edge of the box and stick it in the corner of the net. And then after that, we just collapsed into this. The midfield got dominated. We were just being overrun. Stoke went into kind of game management mode, didn't they? They looked so much in charge, and we never looked like we were going to get anywhere. A couple of substitutes then. So Hourihane came on, and so did 𝐸𝐸𝐫𝐶. 𝐸𝐸𝐶 appeared to do nothing, as usual, for large periods of that early part of his appearance. And Hourihane as well didn't really have much of an impact over on Norwood, who was poor anyway. The midfield, like I say, they tend to give the game away a bit too much, and that 1-0 defeat looked likely. Then suddenly 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐍 comes on for Osborne, which I was a bit suspicious about because Osborne's all about the effort. But you could see the class then. We changed the game. Somehow we were on the front foot a little bit more, and then from nowhere we get this gorgeous combination pass between Sharp and 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐶, and 𝐸𝐸𝐶 is clean on goal and slots it in. I mean, goodness me, how long has that been coming for 𝐸𝐸𝐶? I've been waiting for him to score, just like Brewster, and he's finally managed to break his duck and do something for us, which says it all, really. Well done. And then we didn't stop, did we? We wanted the game. We wanted to eat the game, and it was good to see us now on the front foot, in front of a pretty decent Bramall Lane crowd. And yeah, a couple of minutes later, Stevens gets free on the left-hand side, puts a low cross in. 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐶, what class he's got. Just sticks his foot on the ball and it creeps past the keeper into the corner of the net. And that's what we want to see. That's the United we want to see. We want to see us want this, want the win, want the 3 points, want to get up the table. It just looked so desperate for that centre period of the second half, didn't it? We just didn't seem to be getting anywhere. And all of a sudden, we gained control of the game. We started to look like the side we should be, because Stoke really weren't that good throughout the whole of the game. So I'm really impressed with the second half, and it's a great win. Fantastic stuff. Well done, Sheffield United. 3 points for us. Let's move on to the next game. Anyway, over now to the marks out of 10. Thanks very much, Pommpey here. Up the Blades.
Right, Blades. Player ratings. It's me and my biggest fan. Let's start with Olsen. Robin Olsen in goal. Quite hard to give him too much of a rating because realistically, even though Stoke had large parts of the play, he didn't have save after save to make. And his clearances don't always convince me, particularly when he's playing around with it at the back. So for that reason, I'm going to give him a 6. 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐝𝐕𝐏𝐍, actually going to go as high as a 7.5. I really like seeing him play in that kind of right back position, which for him is much more of a right wing back, right midfield position. Good going forward, some lovely touches, 7.5. Also going to give Enda Stevens a 7.5. Could have scored in the second half with that shot across the face just before Stoke actually took the lead. Set up McGoldrick, breaking into the box, saw 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐶 free, and a great ball in. Good defending at the death from Enda too. It's nice to see him back. Some flashes of the Enda of old. John Egan, not tight enough for the goal by Jacob Brown, but otherwise strong and imposing. Getting those blocks in right at the very end, that's what you want to see. Gonna give John Egan, only because he was the man marking the goal scorer, a 7. So slightly knocking down. Otherwise, it really would have been a 7.5 for Egan. He was really good through the game. Ben Davies, I liked him a lot in this game. Very composed. Looks to be gaining in confidence. Looks to be getting an understanding of what Slav wants at the back. Going to give him a 7 as well. It's looking like 7s across the board for a lot of players because it wouldn't have been that way hadn't we turned it around. But John Fleck also going to get a 7. Did the simple things well. Wonderfully flighted ball as late as the 90th minute. Still going to Billy Sharp. We saw some trademark Fleck moments as well. So he gets a 7. A 7 is a good score for me. All right. Oliver Norwood, probably a 6 because there were flashes of the quarterback role looking to dictate the tempo, coupled with flashes of the Norwood who so frustrates. And that's probably why he was replaced by Hourihane on the 71st minute. Morgan Gibbs-White could easily go as high as an 8. I'm going with a 7.5. Tricks, flair, and always trying to make things happen. He's a real live wire. What a loan signing he has proven to be. Ben Osborne, not his best game, so I'm going to give him a 5. Probably a bit harsh. I'm going to regret that and hate myself. But some decent moments, but also some misplaced passes, and I felt he slowed the game down a bit too much. Iliman Ndiaye, 6.5. One thing I'll say about him, whenever he loses the ball, he always tries to win it back. Looked bright and sharp, but his game was summed up by that first half. He could have scored, and he also blocked a shot through no fault of his own, but that could have gone in, that shot, and he was replaced by McGoldrick, and when he was replaced, we really came alive. So for that reason, I can't go higher than a 6.5. Sharp was sharp. Great header in the first half, which was well saved. Tried to work the left channel. He obviously saw a weakness at Stoke's right-hand side, so our left. And also set up others in both halves. He made the pass initially to McGoldrick, who then set up Moose for that equaliser. Sharp gets a 7, led from the line. And right at the end, we seemed to have like 3 up top, and he was just one of them trying to hold that ball up. Good play from Sharp. Subs. Mousset, giving him a 7 on in the 67th. Looked like he wanted to make things happen, but also looked rusty initially when he came on. Then the rapid striker absolutely came alive to score the equaliser. He then won a corner kick in the 82nd, and you could see the confidence grow. Perhaps, though, and this is why I'm knocking it down slightly from a 7.5, he got in the way of a sharp shot, which looked like it could have gone in late. The skipper had a good effort on goal, and I don't think that was Moose's fault, but that was showing that they're not really yet, Sharp and Moose, knowing what each other's going to do. And that'll come with time, and they maybe could be a great partnership going forward. But Moose would have to get in ahead of 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐶, and we'll get to him. Halrahan on in the 71st really does take a nice corner, doesn't he? Hard to give him a rating though, because his passing was fine. He didn't do anything wrong. I don't want to give 7s to everyone. Let's go with a 6.5. Dsy, David McGoldrick, only on in the 77th minute. It seems impossible to give someone man of the match when you're on that late, but I am. I'm giving him an 8 because he absolutely changed the game. Set up the equaliser and showed his experience and class. Lovely right foot finish on 83, pointed to where he wanted it and did the rest. Slav, the gaffer, 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐝𝐕𝐏𝐍, it's a 7, but it wasn't going to be for a long time. Got the lads playing well. Deserved to, I think, going into that first half in the lead, but we went in level. And then didn't really come out of the traps particularly well in the second half. Didn't deserve much the way we played for large parts of the second. But then the substitutions completely changed the game. Inspired subs from Slav. He got them right. He got them at the right time. And so for that reason, bumping it right up to a 7, because it could have been a very different score if it had stayed 1-0 to Stoke.
Hey up Blades, so we're back in from the international break and doing things the Sheffield United way already. I do not think that this team is good for my health. Obviously we came away with the win and the 3 points, which is the most important thing. Positively, I thought that we came out really well. We had that sort of pressure and intensity on from the start. It was fast paced, we were all over them, like there were no denying that we had the lion's share of possession. Couple of negatives in that we were making daft mistakes, just gifting them a couple of free kicks in dangerous areas that we were lucky that we didn't get punished more for, to be honest. Obviously we lost that in the second half. I don't know what happened, but it just seemed like the pace dropped. We lost shape. We were giving them too much time to think their passes out, and we couldn't seem to string more than a couple of passes together. We were playing really well to start off with, and then it just seemed a bit disjointed. Bogle especially, I thought, seemed a bit hesitant. Gibbs-White was getting himself into loads of space, but nobody were utilising him. You could see that he was there. He was crying out for the ball to be passed over for him, and it just weren't coming off. Obviously the subs had a massive impact and just completely changed the shape of the game. They've come on and just, you can't argue with that. They've done exactly what we needed them to do. Just in the space of 5 minutes, turned me around from going, why have I come here again, to being, back happy and positive. I think just game on game, the more we bring in different people and swap them out and see exactly what they bring to the game, it's like cementing another piece of the jigsaw for how we're going to look moving forward with team selection. So it's all good, I'm all happy, and we will see what Millwall brings for us on Tuesday.
Great result today. Thought it was all we deserved. Feels like a bit of a statement win. We've shown a lot of character there as well, which we've probably not shown for a long time. I can't remember the last time we conceded first and didn't get 3 points. So yeah, that's feels like a big result. That. Where do we go from here? Well, we'll need that character as we go on throughout the season. I thought it was important not to let Stoke and obviously the other teams in the top 6, top 7, 8 get too far ahead of us. So I think we're nicely positioned now with a favourable run of fixtures coming up. Gives us every opportunity to put some more points on the board, make that run. Hopefully, can be in and around the top 6 heading into the Christmas period. And I think we kick on from there.